All right, we should be live. Let's see. Shoot, I hope my drinking didn't just me drinking this Sunkiss didn't just can't pick up on the stream, but it probably did. So that's cool. Yeah. I don't know. Oh well. Oh, let's see. I'm going to... Is this public? Is my stream public? I don't know if my stream is public. It's public. Okay. Yeah, alright. Cool. Hey, what's up, Sweet Queen 38? Hi, how are you? I'm public? Okay, thank you for confirming. YouTube updates this streaming dashboard, like, every couple weeks, it feels like, and I never know. Like, I never know when they change anything, and I'm like, is this how it works now? Is that how it works now? Like, I don't know. What's up, Goku? What's up, Antonio Madison? What's up, Akela? How are you? How was my Christmas and New Year's? It was great. It was great, actually. I'm really excited to talk with everyone about that stuff. It's been, what? Has it been 3 weeks or 2 weeks? I think it's been 2 weeks. I think I streamed on the 21st, right? Was it the 21st? Hang on, I'm checking. Yeah, it's only been 2 weeks. Okay, cool. Hey, Dime 1000, how are you? Yeah. I had a good Christmas. I'm gonna sneeze. Hang on, let me mute for a second. I'm gonna sneeze. Of course, I say I'm gonna sneeze, and then I'm not actually gonna sneeze. So never mind, I'm not going to sneeze now. Wow, cool, okay. Gosh, I don't know that I like this new YouTube stream dashboard. I know you guys can't see what I'm seeing, but like, there's so much empty space now. I actually really don't like it. I kind of want the old view back, because this is kind of bad, actually. I'm really not impressed with this dashboard. Hey, what's up, Marks? Hey, what's up, Quaggle? Long time no see. Prodigal King emerges from his slumber once more. Indeed. Happy New Year, all. Happy New Year. Look at a bright light. Yes, indeed. I didn't sneeze. I did not sneeze. Yeah, how was your guys' all Christmases? Hey, what's up, Xana? How was your Christmases and your New Year's and everything? Mine was good. Mine was really good. I'm actually really excited to talk a little bit about it. And I want to talk about my community post I made a couple days ago. And the future of this, you know, the future of what 2026 has in store for us. Because I am adamant on seeing through the goals I've set out for myself this year. You got a new dresser? That's awesome. Yeah, what'd you guys get? What all did you get for Christmas? I will say I had probably the best Christmas in the last 5 years plus. Just with me and Taylor and everybody here. It was definitely the best Christmas within the last 5 years, for sure. I went and I saw my family the week before, just because there's distance between where my family lives, where I live, and stuff. So, and same with like my sister as well, has her, you know, partner's family to celebrate Christmas. So the way my family's sort of done it is we've just accepted, okay, we're going to celebrate Christmas either the weekend before or after, rather than, you know, when Christmas happens. Because it just makes things easier for everybody. So that's what we've done. So I went and saw my family on the 19th and 20th of December. Celebrated Christmas the week after, of course. Christmas was quiet. Went to see the Washington crossing the Delaware. Oh, that's pretty cool. Kelly got a new watch. That's awesome. What kind of watch? Is it a smartwatch or? Yeah, let's see. What did I get? I got... Some of you are going to be happy to hear this, and then Goku's going to be upset that I didn't get a certain game. But for Christmas, I got Kirby Air Riders, Pokemon Legends ZA, Metroid Prime 4, and Donkey Kong Bonanza. I got all 4 of those games, and Taylor was responsible for 3 of them. The 4th one was from my aunt. But yes, she got me all 4 of those absolute banger Nintendo Switch games. I've heard mixed results on Metroid Prime 4, but and I haven't played it or Donkey Kong or Pokemon yet. The game I was most excited for was Kirby Air Riders. Oh my god, I love it. Oh my god, I love Kirby Air Riders. It's exactly what I wanted it to be. It is the first game, but better. And that's all I could have ever asked for with a Kirby Air Ride 2. I'm absolutely loving Kirby Air Riders. I'm crushing it. You know, I'm crushing it in the game. City Trial is amazing. Again, the only disappointing thing about City Trial is I would have liked multiple city maps, but other than that, and yes, Goku, that's exactly what I was going for. But yeah, I love Kirby Air Riders so much so far. I haven't even touched the story mode yet. I've literally, like, I did an air ride or two on every race course, and I was like, City Trial, City Trial, City Trial, and I just did City Trial over and over. I've done so many City Trial matches. It's so addicting. I love City Trial. Oh my god. So great. Gift cards, PJs, money, and clone. Hey, nice. I definitely got money. My family pretty much was at the point where it's like, dude, you're almost 30. We're just going to give you money. And it's like, okay, thank you. So, yeah. But, no. Metroid Prime 4, Muppet Nutcracker, that's cool. Those are the fun ones. That's awesome. Yeah, I got some not so fun stuff, but those games are the fun ones. And then I also got, I don't know if any of you know what an R36S is, but basically it is like a mock Game Boy emulator that can emulate everything from like the NES all the way to like the GameCube or whatever. So I got it so that I can play Pokemon ROM hacks, because I've been wanting to play more Pokemon ROM hacks because I'm disappointed with the actual franchise itself and realized, you know what? If anyone's going to make good games, it's going to be the fans. And there's a lot of good Pokemon ROM hacks out there. I'm subscribed to a YouTuber, I believe their name is Ari, and they make really helpful and informative videos on a weekly basis that basically just like, here's all the new ROM hacks that have come out, or here's my reviews or whatever. And it's like really cool. So I'm definitely going to get into Pokemon ROM hacks big time, and I'm super excited to do that. But yeah, so I got that as well. And then got some Lego sets, which are exciting. I'm not as big into Lego as I was a couple years ago, but I'm still collecting some sets here and there. So, and then I've actually nearly completed my Nintendo Switch library of every Nintendo Switch game I would want to own. The only Nintendo Switch games, like, if you can think of it, I probably own it at this point. Barring Fire Emblem, because I don't really care about Fire Emblem. I don't own any of the Xenoblades, although I want to get them. And then Donkey Kong Country and Tropical Freeze. Country Returns and Tropical Freeze. I don't own those on Switch. But I own, you know... Oh, and I don't own Mario Party Jamboree yet, but they announced this Nintendo Switch 2 edition, so I'm going to get that one. Every other game that you can think of on the Switch, I have, so I'm pretty satisfied. But yeah, he comes right back at you. He's more than you think. He's got maximum pink. Yes, indeed. No rush considering much Switch are in online. Yeah, I want to get it, but it's just like, dude, Kirby Air Riders was like the big racing game, so to speak, that I wanted, and oh my god, I love it. It's amazing. But I'm sorry to hear that, Goku, but I definitely will get to it at some point. Hey, Grant, I'm good. How are you? Will there be more parts of Sonic Game Reviews? Pew Paw Pals asks. That's a great name. Yes, that's actually what we're looking at on the screen right now. I want to talk about it a little bit during the stream. So, yeah. How am I? I'm doing well. How are you, Tommy? Are you going to make a video on Pokemon ROM hacks and fan games? Probably not, but, you know, I'm going to play them. For sure. Got the Mario Galaxy remasters and Air Riders myself. That's awesome, Wispa. That's awesome. Yeah, I love Air Riders so much. I haven't even touched the story mode yet. I'm just playing City Trial nonstop. It's great. Literally was playing it on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. It was great. That's what kept me up until midnight. Was because Taylor and I were sitting in the... Oops, sorry for bumping my back. Taylor and I were sitting in the living room, and it was like 10:30, and we were both getting super tired. It's like, how can we stay awake? And it's like, let's play a game. And she's like, what if we play that Kirby Air Riders that I got you? And I was like, sure. So she did a couple races with me, and she wasn't really feeling it. And then we did a city trial round or two, and she's like, I'm not really that good at this game. I'm like, that's okay. And then she stopped playing, and I just kept going because I love it. I love it so much. So she watched me play it. Cash Banuka. Guys, Cash Banuka has entered the chat, everybody. everybody. This is, sorry if I peaked my microphone, but this is exciting. Cash Banuka, the Cash Banuka 9166 is here, everyone. And they say, I'm not being sarcastic. Cash Banuka is just, I love Caddy. Anyway, I've made a document with most of the PBG production codes. Most of the ones for standalone segments differ heavily from their packaging. You know, honestly, I'd really like to know. I'd like to see that. Is that like, do you have like a public Google Doc or something for that? Because genuinely speaking, like I've actually got questions about the production codes, and I've talked with my friend RJ, who, in case you guys don't know, I actually have a podcast I co-host with RJ called the City of Soundsville Podcast, where we talk about every episode of the Powerpuff Girls in more depth. Or I shouldn't say more depth, but in more long-form conversations than my videos. And we're currently uploading all of our Season 2 episodes. So if you're interested in that, feel free to check it out. Just search City of Soundsville Podcast. And yeah, we're releasing episodes. But the reason why I bring that up is because he and I are talking about, like, when we get to Season 4, 5, and 6, like, what is the episode order? Because, like, it changes online all the time. The DVD box set has not matched Netflix, which has not matched Hulu and HBO Max in the past, which doesn't match Wikipedia. It's like we can't find a consistent answer on this. And RJ's done a lot of research on it, more than I have, and like he thinks he has like a decent, but like I'd love to see more. Just any more evidence we can find would be great. Yeah, seriously. I apologize for not making appearance the last few streams. That's fine. Guten Tag. Shout out. Hey, Dendark. Guten Tag. How are you? Do I not have a Steam Deck? I do not have a Steam Deck. I do not. But I do have a lot of Steam games. I actually got a lot of games on Steam. So I went a little ham on the winter sale. I'll tell you guys what all I got. Hang on. Let me see. What are all the games that I purchased and or were gifted to me? In the last however many days for Christmas. Let's see. So I bought in mid-December, I bought Assassin's Creed Valhalla Complete Edition for $15. Okay. So for Christmas, I purchased Dead Island 2 Ultimate Edition, Back 4 Blood Ultimate, Dead Island 1, Dead Island Riptide, all of that for like $10. Back 4 Blood Ultimate for $10. Watch Dogs 2 Season Pass because I don't have it, and I actually need to play Watch Dogs 2. I bought Need for Speed Deluxe Edition, Assassin's Creed Origins Gold Edition, Pizza Tower, Klonoa Fantasy Reverie Series, another Dead Island 2 copy for Taylor to play with me, and Cat Quest 1 and 2. I gifted my friend Martin Sea of Stars, and I gifted Pie Guy, Blue Prince, and The Secret of Monkey Island Special Edition. In return, C.R. Martin gave me Final Fantasy X and X-2, and Pie Guy gave me Hades, South Park: The Stick of Truth, and A Short Hike. I then also got Detroit Become Human, Fallout 76, Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Brotherhood, Mass Effect Andromeda Deluxe Edition, Far Cry 4 Gold Edition, which was a gift to Martin so that he would play it with me, and we actually started it last night. Assassin's Creed Unity, Lego Worlds, Assassin's Creed Syndicate Gold, The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, and that's it. That's all the games I got this winter. So went a little ham on Steam. But yeah, it was a good time. When do you think the Jimmy Timmy videos will release? March, and we'll talk about that more shortly, DeAndre. We'll talk about that shortly. Let's see. Okay, but anyway, that's Steam. Best films of the year is a work in progress, but so far you have 20 films that made the list. That's crazy. Hey, John, how are you? Happy New Year, Tommy. Thank you. You as well. New Tamagotchi Life comic is out this year. Are you excited? I didn't even know there was a comic for that. Hi, Alexis. How are you? Xmas recap. Yes. Thank you for the podcast, Tommy. Thank you. I can send the Google Doc with the production codes on Discord after the stream. That'd be great, honestly. If you can just drop it in like the Powerpuff Stuff chat or whatever. I even give you permission to @ me. Let's see. Recovering from gallbladder surgery. Oh, I hope you're doing okay, Grant. Hopefully everything went with that okay. Or went okay with that, for sure. Did you watch the original Japanese version of Sonic X and you know it's superior to the US version? I know it's superior from what everyone says. I have not watched it, though. I did watch the English dub in 2024. I probably should watch the Japanese dub, though, so I can compare the differences. Yeah, the order is messy and gets confusing to me. Yes, for sure. Production code discrepancy as someone who's trying to order shows on Jellyfin. Yeah, seriously. It's such a mess. It's such a mess. There's no consistency with it. Based off South Park Stick of Truth. Well, Pie Guy got me that one, so it was pretty cool. And Hades. I'm really excited to play Hades, too. Hades also, not Hades 2. I don't own Hades 2. I own Hades 1. Sorry. Just a flesh wound, yeah. Yeah, the order of season 5 and 6 is confusing, I agree. Yeah, 100%. I hope you have time to play all them games and they won't just your backlog. I'm working through it. I'm actually doing a pretty decent job of getting through my Steam backlog, actually. But if you look at my Steam profile, not that anyone knows what it is, but my Steam profile, I have 478 games, apparently. I didn't even realize I own that many. And the number just keeps growing. So, yeah. But I was in relation to the games you mentioned. Yeah, seriously. This feels like a massive non sequitur, but do you know about the Powerpuff Girls Labubu's? I saw them at the mall the other day, and the surprise they haven't come up during stream. I had no idea they were a thing. I don't really know what the Labubu thing is or care. It just seems to me like it's just a trendy thing. It's like, you know, Funko Pops or silly bands or fidget spinners or whatever, and I'm just like, I don't care. That's fine, I guess. Whatever. Oh well. Got the production code of season 4 in German. Film Flam, all chalked up. Get Back JoJo, Him Diddle Riddle, Members Only, Knock It Off, Super Friends, Bullet, Force Cannon, so yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, that sounds about right. Season 4, I'm not super concerned about. It's seasons 5 and 6 where it gets messy. Like, the only tricky part with season 4 is, like, Keen on Keen and Not So Awesome Blossom. Those are totally season 4 episodes. I can tell by the animation that they're season 4 episodes, but they constantly get moved around all the time, and it's frustrating. If there's one anime that deserves a redub, it's got to be Sonic X. No, see, that's fair, but, like, I really want Yu-Gi-Oh! Redubbed. I really want Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I want Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, remastered and redubbed. Like, honestly. I'm not saying that ironically. I mean that. Yeah, no, between, yeah. Need for Speed game do I have? I have a couple Need for Speeds. Let me see. Which ones do I have on Steam? I can actually tell you. If I go to my library, let's see. I have Need for Speed. Deluxe Edition, which is one I just bought. I have Need for Speed Heat, Need for Speed Payback, and Need for Speed Unbound. Although I think I definitely have a couple of Need for Speeds on my wish list as well. I really like racing games, so. Have you ever listened to Sonic X Italian opening? I feel like I have. Japanese dub is the best version of music from the adventure games and the anime is Chef Kiss. Fair. Yeah, I'll have to check it out for sure. Hey, Ledger, how are you? Made after the movie. Yeah. Least favorite Genndy Tartakovsky work? That's a good question. Probably Hotel Transylvania. Granted, I have not seen Fixed. Yu-Gi-Oh! Kai, exactly. Princess Sorno, what's up? If they made Yu-Gi-Oh! Kai, I'd be all for it. All for it. Hi, Tristan. How are you? Is this your first time on stream? I don't recognize your name off the top of my head. 4Kids VAs are definitely better than the company, yes. You say the stream is working on videos. Can you give us an update? Absolutely. I just like answering everyone's comments and questions in the chat. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with that. Sonic X should get remastered, no 480p, and better animation overall. Yeah, I would agree. I agree with remaster stuff for sure. I'm also okay with Yu-Gi-Oh! Keeping the Shadow Realm because it's just such a staple of it. But, like, I've read the entire manga front to back, cover to cover, the whole way through. The manga is so much better than the anime. If they would just take the manga and just make that the anime, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Would actually be, like, it's not going to be, like, the greatest thing ever made. But, like, it's respectable. Like, it'd actually be more respected, you know? Because, like, the anime in, like, in the West, it was, like, it was taken and it was Yu-Gi-Oh! Is more mature in the manga than the way Western, it was westernized and made to be more, like, catered to general audiences and kids and stuff. It's like, with the manga, it's like, you know, teen to young adult. You know, like, there's swearing, there's blood, there's killing, there's all sorts of messed up stuff. And it's like, everyone just, like, you know, everyone acts like, oh my gosh, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is so dark, and it's like, it was, no, you can't look at Yu-Gi-Oh! And be like, oh my gosh, like, why is this so dark, like the show I know? It's like, you can't think of the show first. The manga almost always comes first of all. The manga almost always comes first. And it's like, I really feel that the westernized anime just completely does a disservice to the greatness that is Yu-Gi-Oh! Another thing I actually got for Christmas is Taylor got me a computer desk mat. We actually went to GalaxyCon, where I actually got to meet Liam O'Brien and Sam Riegel. Sam Riegel, by the way, one of the 4Kids voice actors in Yu-Gi-Oh! Did Rex Raptor and Pandora and Tristan in the first 10 episodes and all sorts of characters. Anyway, got to meet him. Really cool, really fun guy. So that was hype. So we got to meet them at GalaxyCon, and then while we were there, Taylor actually bought me a computer desk mat. And what it is it's of Yugi, Kaiba, and Merrick, and then the 3 Egyptian gods, Slifer, Obelisk, and Ra behind them. And it's just so cool. The artwork is incredible, like the shading and the detail, and it's like so amazing. Absolutely one of my favorite Christmas presents I got, and I'm looking at it right now. It's so cool. Oh my god, I love Yu-Gi-Oh, dude. I love Yu-Gi-Oh so much. But yes, I do need to answer Quaggle's question about what we're talking about here. So I'm going to just speed through these comments, and then we're going to do that. I have not seen Fixed yet, DeAndre. I have not. I want to, though. 4Kids did give us the One Piece rap. Don't give it up, Luffy. Yeah, it's pretty good. Joey in New York accent. I mean, yeah, Janucci's, or Joey, his voice is kind of iconic, unfortunately. but Katsuya is honestly, I mean, I like Joey in the manga way better anyways. Like, he's taken more serious. Like, he's still like kind of a newbie, but he's a more respectable character. Pendulum checks. Yeah, I know that, Grant, and I love Pendulum. Dude, Pendulum's new album, Inertia's, oh my god, I've had that on repeat for like the last 4 months. It's so good, dude. Cartagena especially, oh my god, so good. Napalm's great. That actually got me into Joey Valence and Bray, so I've been listening to them a little bit. They're pretty good. I've been super into that lately. Oh, what's the other one? Guiding Lights. Oh, with AWOL Nation, that song was so good. I love Cannibal. There's so many good songs on this album, dude. And then obviously, like, some of the older songs, like from a couple years ago, like I love Nothing for Free. I love Louder Than Words. Driver and Come Alive were all great. Halo's amazing. What is it? Yeah, Color Fast. Yeah, there's so many good songs on this album. Inertia is like Pendulum's best work, in my opinion. I think Inertia's phenomenal, just all in all. But yeah. Yeah, thanks, Tommy. Excuse me, Sam Riegel is also Donatello. Oh, well, yes, he was Donatello too, but like I'm a bigger Yu-Gi-Oh fan than a TMNT fan. No offense. But yes, true. Jelly-filled donuts, yeah, right. Joey should have beat Merrick. I know, he should have. Tan Tristan for treating Joey like a joke in the anime. Yeah, I know. Because, like, the actual manga, they don't do that. Like, they take Joey's whole thing seriously, and I feel like Joey fighting for his sister or whatever is, like, it's not taken as seriously in the anime as it is in the manga. And it's, like, it's a serious motivation, and it's, like, it's a really cool character thing for Joey to have and all that. And just the way that the manga does it's just so much more respectable. But, yeah, anyway. Erica Schroeder was. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, what is it? Oh my gosh, what's her name? Tabitha is it? Hang on. What's her name? What's her name? I've got it signed. Who's the voice? Or it's Tara Sands, right? Tara Sands is the voice of Bulbasaur. Yeah. My friend actually worked at a store, or something. I don't know. He went to an event. I don't know what the story was, but he got to meet Tara Sands, and he actually got a custom artwork thing signed for me by her for free. It was pretty cool. So I have a little like canvas of Bulbasaur that Taylor actually painted, signed by the voice of Bulbasaur. Pretty cool stuff. I will say my favorite signed thing of all time, though, is still what Sinnoh got me a couple years ago. Sinnoh got me artwork of all of Craig's shows, signed by Craig and Lauren. Oh my god, it's like the greatest thing ever. I love it. It's so good. Kaiba insulting him does make sense, and he does do that stuff in the manga. Like, that's perfectly fine, and it makes sense for Kaiba's character. He doesn't respect Joey. Like, I get that. But Tristan and Taya, that's a different story. But yeah. Okay, let's see. All right, am I caught up? I'm caught up. Okay, I'm caught up. Yeah, that's what I meant, Quaggle. I misspoke. Yep, and shout out from Tara Strong like twice. That's true. I did get 2 Tara Strong shout outs, and I got a shout out from Craig as well, which is crazy. And Sinnoh, like, Sinnoh's amazing because, like, they didn't even realize. They got me the shout out from Craig on the 10-year anniversary, like the 10-year to the day anniversary of when I rediscovered Powerpuff Girls in 2013. To the exact day, May 13th, 2013. That was the day that I was reintroduced to Powerpuff Girls after not having seen any of it for like 8 years. And that's the day that I got sucked right back into it and became so crazy about Powerpuff all over again. And on May 13th, 2023, it's pinned on my Twitter account that I don't use anymore. It's pinned there. Craig shouted me out. I was like, dude, I literally told Sino, like, you don't even know what you've done. Like, you don't even know how like, you think it's already amazing, probably. Like, and it is, but it's like, you don't even know. You don't even know. Like, what are the odds you actually managed to do that? It's, like, unbelievable. And, like, Sino also got me and Pie Guy both shout-outs from, both a shout-out from Gendy. Oh, my God. Sino's amazing. Sino's just absolutely amazing. I haven't seen them pop up in stream lately, but I hope they're doing great. But yeah, Sino's awesome. So, yeah. Okay. All right. Let's get to YouTube now, because I'm sorry, Quaggle, for getting caught up in the chat stuff, but I'm not going to answer chat stuff for a bit. So, you know, just FYI while I talk through this stuff, guys. I do want to address the YouTube stuff and what the plan is for 2026, where I'm at, my mind's at, and what I'm thinking and all this stuff. So, you may or may not have seen a community post that I put out 4 days ago, just at the end of 2025, basically talking about, you know, 2026. And anyone who was present for my stream on the 21st, towards the end, I kind of got into my thoughts on where I was with YouTube and everything. So, I won't get into it too much, regarding, like, you know, some of the negative stuff, because I got that off my chest. Excuse me. But, I do want to say, oh, excuse me. Whew. Okay, I do want to say I'm trying my best to get out one video per quarter this year. I'm going to do everything I can to pull this off. I can't promise it or guarantee it. I really hope my real life career doesn't get in the way. But as I explained in my community post, my career has done wonders for me in the last 3 years, and I'm intending to continue that momentum. Because I was promoted 3 years ago, and in 3 years I've just blossomed, and no pun intended. Yeah, things have just gone really great for me in my personal life and my career and everything. So that being said, I don't have guaranteed time to do YouTube all the time anymore. I really want to, but I can't promise it. So I'm going to do my best to meet these goals, but please don't think that they are promised or guaranteed, because they're not. They're just, I'm putting them out there publicly because I'm hoping that by doing that, and by basically saying I'm hoping to do this, that I will be able to pull it off. So, my goal is to basically work on YouTube over the next, year, and get a video out per quarter. With the exception of quarter one this year, I'm going to have 2 videos out, because I'm doing Jimmy Timmy Power Hour review, and I'm doing all the games. So, that being said, where am I with everything? And I kind of wrote this stuff out on a to-do list. So, I have the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour trilogy video. The video is currently in editing, and I should have that. I have it on my list. My goal is to finish the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour video this month. My goal is to also write and record my Jimmy Timmy Power Pack video and get that recorded in full by the end of January. I'm also writing Powerpuff Girls Season 3 right now. I know like I had said, I want to do Sonic Part 2, and I still do, but like I'm actually trying to get I'm eager, and I'm in the zone to do Season 3, so I'm doing Season 3. I'm not going to let this momentum and this wave die. I've got the desire to do Season 3. We're doing Season 3. So my goal is by the end of this month, January, to have all 24 episodes of Season 3 written. I've already got 3 episodes written, so I've got 21 more to go. And I'm almost averaging 1 per day. I did not do 1 yesterday. My hope is on Tuesday to do 2 to catch back up, because I get to work from home on Tuesday. So I'm hoping I get to do 2 episodes on Tuesday, and then I'll be caught up. If I can do an episode a day every day, I will be caught up on the 24th of January. It'll be all written, and I can actually start recording the last week, which will put me ahead. So my goal is to have the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour video edited and finished at the end of January. It's not coming out until March because I want to release it within a close time span of my video game video. So that being said, Jimmy Timmy Power Hour review, trilogy review, March. Jimmy Timmy Power Pack. I have 3 games left. I just have to finish Shadow Showdown. I'm in the middle of that one. And then I have to do Attack of the Twonkies. And that's it. I skipped ahead and I did the last Clash with the Anti-World. I already did that one. I know I normally don't skip ahead, but I did one time, one exception. But I just have Shadow Showdown and Attack of the Twonkies left. Then I'm done. And then I can record and edit that video. And then my goal is to have both of those videos out in March. February. My plan is I'll finish the Jimmy Timmy Power Pack and then record Powerpuff Season 3, get that started on editing and researching Sonic Part 2. In March, I will edit Powerpuff Season 3, and then I'm going to do, Sonic Part 2, and then a mystery video. I'm not going to say what it is. It's a secret video I don't want to reveal. April, I'm going to finish Powerpuff Season 3. I'm going to keep working on Sonic Part 2 in the mystery video. And then my goal, because I didn't have a better idea, the 10-year anniversary of my channel, existing, my channel, May 6th. Well, my first video anyway. My channel was created in March of 2016, but my first upload was in May of 2016. So my goal is to release Powerpuff Season 3 on the 10-year anniversary of my channel. And that'll be my 10-year anniversary special, and then that'll be that. So that's my hope. I really hope I can pull it off. And as long as I have all of Powerpuff Season 3 written this month, I can do it. I have no doubt in my mind. Then, of course, I'm going to continue working on Sonic Part 2 and the mystery video. And then in June or July, I will release the mystery video. Sonic Part 2 will continue editing through those months. And then sometime in May, June, July, I'm going to begin my next Nickelodeon video games video. This is either going to be, and I have the video lists actually, which I can show you. I have them here. So I will have done Jimmy and Fairly Odd Parents. So that will leave Rugrats and Avatar. And I kind of talked about this on a previous stream. I'm thinking Rugrats will probably be next before Avatar, because there is an announced Avatar game, I think, or a new Avatar series or something for 2026 or 7 or whatever. So it's like I don't want to really touch Avatar if there's a new game coming. That'll make my video dated even faster. So I'm probably going to do Rugrats next. So I'd be working on that. And then that'll be going. I'm hopeful to release Sonic Part 2 at some point in the second half of the year. I would love to release Rugrats at some point in the second half of the year. And then the secret video will be released in the summertime. And this is actually, you'll notice, more videos than one per quarter. And it'd be really cool if I get to that, but I can't promise it. And then I'm also intending on starting Powerpuff Season 4 in like August. I'm going to start production on that. And because Season 4 is a shorter season, I intend to hopefully release Powerpuff Season 4 before the end of the year. So that's my hope. That's my plan. That's my goal. So basically, just to recap, Jimmy Timmy, trilogy and video games, March. Powerpuff Season 3, May. Secret mystery video, June, July. Sonic Part 2, August, September. Rugrats, October, November. And Powerpuff Season 4, maybe November, December. Can't promise all of that would happen, but that's my aim right now. It'd be really hype if I pulled this off. For 2027, because here's the reality of the situation, not to be morbid or anything, but like with all the video ideas I have, like I'm never going to do all these before like my time comes. We'll put it that way. Like just realistically, we don't live forever. I'm not going to be able to do these videos for the rest of time, So it's like, I have to be realistic. How long is it going to take me to get through Powerpuff? And it's like, at the rate I was going, if I did a video every 2 years, I'd be done with Powerpuff in like 2035. That's not realistic, okay? Like, I can't sit here and be like, yeah, it took me 12 years to review 6 seasons. Like, I can't do that. So, hi, Anthony. How are you? And yes, Epic Toy, that'd be great. Boys hustling. I sure am. So, I want to obviously be realistic about this. So, my goal is to do Powerpuff Season 3, 4, 5, 6. And Quaggle's got a great question. What about the movie? Yes, the movie would be its... I haven't decided. I'm going back and forth. I think I'm going to make its own video. I could lump it in with Season 4 because Season 4 is going to be shorter than any other season. But at the same time, I think the movie deserves its own video. I'm probably going to make it its own video. I think that would just be better and smarter to do. So, Season 3, 4, 5, 6, and the movie, and then a bonus video on, like, specials, comics, other stuff. You know, basically just make that sort of, and the Powerpuff special video would be 'Twas the Fight, Powerpuff Rule, Dance Pantsed. And then I could probably talk about some other things like, their appearance in Multiverses or Jellystone or whatever, whenever the girls showed up and stuff, as rarely comics and that sort of stuff. Makes sense, right? So if we talk realistically, that's 6 more videos, right? The 4 seasons, the movie, and then that video. That's 6 videos. And then Powerpuff Girls Z. I would talk about Powerpuff Girls Z in that video as well, probably. Just kind of all other Powerpuff media that's not the first 6 seasons in the movie. That would be everything. So Super Secret Crisis War, yes, that's a comic. That'd be in the comics thing. I'm doing well, Anthony. Thank you for asking. So, yes. Will I do an official ranking of every episode? I'm considering it. I did do it for the reboot. Well, I did top 5s. And then I did ranking every episode of season 1 of the reboot because it gave me an excuse to re-review the episodes, basically. Which I was happy to do. So I'm thinking about it. I could do ranking every episode. I may or may not. I feel if it's redundant, it's redundant, but I feel like it might help with some people that maybe don't want to watch the full, if every season's 5 hours, which season 3 or season 4 won't be, but let's say every season averages to 5 hours, right? That's 30 hours of video. That's as long as the show itself, almost. That's longer than the show itself. So, if you're not in that, you're like, I just want to see every episode ranked in 2 hours. I could make a 2-hour video doing that. That might be possible. So maybe. No promises on anything. There's no plans for that yet. That's future stuff. So, we'll get there when we get there. But yeah. So that's the plan. So Powerpuff, if I could get Powerpuff Season 3 and 4 done this year, that's 2026. Season 5 in 2027. And the movie in 2027. That's 2 more videos. Season 6 and the specials in 2028. Okay. 2023 to 2028. That's 6 years. I think that's fair. And I'll just get it through 2028. I'll do the Powerpuff. And then after 2028, that's everything Powerpuff. Unfortunately, unless there's something new that comes out with Craig's show, there won't be any more Powerpuff stuff to talk about. But I've got plenty of other things to do videos on, as you guys clearly know, because I also want to review every Nickelodeon game, which is what we're looking at right here. So if I did Rugrats, so I'm doing Jimmy Timmy. If I do Rugrats as well, then in 2027, I could do Avatar and live action, or one of them. 2028, I can do the other, and then obviously I still have another video here with all these other Nickelodeon games beyond that to make a video on, which is even excluding the other stuff. I mean, you can see I'm going over 100 here, and this is SpongeBob. And this needs updated. Titans of the Tide. Does anyone know when Dice of Destiny came out? This was November 18th, 2025. And then I did talk about the Patrick Star game, so I don't need to put that on there. Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny. Can anyone get me a release date on the Dice of Destiny, please? This is going to be miss, I guess. I don't know why I highlighted these blue, to be honest. If someone could give me a Dice of Destiny release date, I'd really appreciate it. If you just Google it or something. I mean, I know I could Google it, but, yeah. Whatever. September 30th. Thank you, Quaggle. 2025. Got it. Thank you. Cool. Hopefully I'm not missing any other Nickelodeon video games that came out in 2024 or 5. But yeah. Thank you, Wispa, also for confirming. Blue dabba dee dabba die. Would you include Powerpuff Girls Rule in the specials video, or would that be part of season 6? I'm gonna include it in the specials video. Same with 'Twas the Fight. Like, and I'll talk about that. Like when I get to season 5 and 6, I'll be like, so these specials came out around this time, but I'm gonna include them in this because they aren't technically part of this season. They're their own thing. So that's my plan. So in the specials video, I'd probably be like, okay, we're gonna talk about 'Twas the Fight, Powerpuff Girls Rule, Dance Pants, the comics, the DC comics, the IDW comics, and then the IDW comics again. Multiverses, Jellystone, and we'll probably do some streams, like a stream or two, to kind of throw all this stuff together. Like, what's everything that should be captured? Powerpuff Girls Z, like I said. All this stuff. We'll do a stream or two at some point in the future. Put our list together, make sure that we have everything that I need to talk about. So that'd be my plan with that. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Bionicle? How are you? So yeah, but I definitely want to review every Nickelodeon video game, at least up to a certain point. Oh, I'd love to do a Simpsons game video at some point. You know, oh, I definitely want to do a Scooby-Doo game video too. I would love to do that. Kirby would be cool. I'd love to do Kirby. I really want to do Spider-Man. You know, I've got some other lists down here. Spyro and Cash Manuka would be possible. Pikmin, maybe. You know, Far Cry, I know. I'm never doing a video on Far Cry. That's never happening. You know, FNAF is possible. Maybe. I don't know. Shantae, probably not. But, like, there's certain videos down here. It's like, I'd love to do this stuff, you know. Sonic, of course. I actually do want to kind of switch over to Sonic for a second. And kind of talk about Sonic and what my plans are for those. Would you like to have the PBG movie on Blu-ray for 4K? I'd love 4K for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Although I'm sure there's probably AI that can like up-res it at this point. Which I said it before in the last stream. The only thing that I ever have and will support AI usage for is upscaling old media to a higher quality. I'm okay with that. I think that's a beneficial thing. Obviously not, you know, you don't want to ruin the quality of the original thing, but like if you can just take the Powerpuff movie and basically be like, we're going to upscale this to 4K with AI. Sure. And it's, you know, that's fine. Or, you know, you take something from the 70s, 80s, whatever, and you upscale it, you remaster it. Like that's perfect. I'm totally okay with that. That's where it ends. I don't support it in any other creative media outlet of any kind. I just don't. Anyway, we'll not get on that subject. Yeah. So yeah. IDW Comics by Derek Small, Little. I think it was Derek's. Man, you know, which one was it? Is it Derek Small or is it Derek Little? I feel like it's Derek Little. But yeah, definitely. I want to talk about those IDW comics for sure. I should do TAC. TAC is in the Nickelodeon thing. TAC is right here, actually. So I have the Staff of Dreams, the Power of Juju, the Great Juju Challenge, and then there should be like a fourth TAC game, isn't there? Yeah, oh, there's 5. Guardians of Gross and Mojo Mistake. So I do have the TAC series in the Nickelodeon video. And like Barnyard's in here and Danny Phantom and all sorts of other things. Basically anything that is not Rugrats, Avatar, Jimmy Neutron, Fairly Odd Parents, live action television, and SpongeBob. If it's not any of those, it's over here. So that's the plan with Nickelodeon. Now, like I was saying, I want to talk Sonic. Let's talk Sonic. So, Goku is not a fan of the Sonic DC comics. I have not read them yet. I will definitely read them because I want to talk about them at some point. Theme of like what it was going for and nothing special. Oh, okay. FNAF would be good for October. Yeah, you're not wrong. Roseanne's AI upscale looks like dog shit. Well, then, you know, honestly, then that means the AI needs to be improved. Keaton asks what I got for Christmas. Yeah, really quick recapping. Anyone who wasn't here for the beginning of the stream, I'll tell you. So real quick, for Christmas, I got a bunch of different stuff. But the main things I got were I got Kirby Air Riders, Pokemon Legends EA, Metroid Prime 4, and Donkey Kong Bonanza, all for Switch 2. I got an R36S, which is basically a handheld Game Boy inspired emulator that plays everything from the NES to the GameCube. I mostly downloaded it, or I mostly got it so I can download Pokemon ROM hacks and play ROM hacks on it, which I'm really excited for. I got a new computer desk mat that has Yugi, Kaiba, and Merrick from Yu-Gi-Oh on it with the 3 Egyptian gods above them. I love it. We went to GalaxyCon. This wasn't a Christmas present, but we went to GalaxyCon, which is where we got it. I got to meet Liam O'Brien. I got to meet Sam Riegel. I got some really cool other things. I got a little keychain of Pokemon Blue. I got some credit card covers, which are actually really exciting. In case you don't know, you can basically buy these little like sticker cover things for credit cards. And I got some. Taylor actually got me some first, and then I got some. There's a Powerpuff Girls one. I'm so excited about it. I should honestly take a picture of this stuff and post it in my Discord or something. But I got a little Powerpuff, card cover thing. And then I also got all 3 Egyptian god cards and a holographic Charizard Pokemon card and an Umbreon Pokemon card that you can basically stick on top of the credit card, and it's like the perfect size. And so it's like I can literally, like, when I go to pay for my meal or whatever, I can be like, here's my slave for the Sky Dragon. You can put it on this. It's gonna be so exciting. I love them. I can't wait. I'm waiting for a new card because I'm getting a new credit card literally next month because my current one's about to expire. So I haven't been able to put it on yet, but I'm waiting for it. So once I get the new card, I'll be able to put it on. So yeah, I'm really excited to play the Barnyard game. I'm really excited to play it for sure. Studio that made TAC also did Disney Infinity and Hogwarts Legacy. I did not know that. I've never thought about that fact, but that's a very interesting fact. Yeah, I'm really excited to play the Barnyard game for sure. Hope I'm not too hard on curses. Honestly, I barely remember what I'd even say about that episode, so I'll have to watch it again. Just a letdown. It was the bare minimum between doing this crossover. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I definitely, okay, getting back on the subject of Sonic. Oh, you got a Switch too. That's awesome, Princess Or. Yeah, definitely hope you enjoy it. If you already have the online, I mean, if you have the higher tier of online, you can play GameCube games and N64 and stuff, which is honestly, I've been playing more of the Switch Virtual Console over the last 6 months than I was playing any like Switch 2 games. The only Switch 2 game I had was Mario Kart World, and I barely touched it. I've mostly, over the last 6 months, now that I obviously have Kirby Air Riders, I'm playing the heck out of that game. But before this, and like, again, Pokemon Legends and Bonanza and Metroid Prime 4, I was only playing Virtual Console. So, like, I played Wario Land 4. I'm playing through Wario Land 3. I was playing Pokemon Stadium. Just a bunch of different online games. I want to play through Banjo, Kazooie, and Tooie on there, and Mario 64 and everything. So that's what I'm excited about with the online. Where's Pokemon XD on Switch Online, though? Yeah, no, I've been dying for Coliseum to be on there for months. They announced Coliseum in the video, the initial announcement, in like May of last year. They're like, yeah, Pokemon Coliseum and XD will both be coming to the online. And it's like, great, I want to play Coliseum. I want to play Coliseum again. Put it on there, please. I was even telling Taylor, it's like, you might, because she's not the biggest Pokemon fan, I'm like, you might get into Pokemon because of these games. And honestly, I don't know if this is a hot take. In the competitive universe, or in the competitive realm of Pokemon, it's not. It's the popular opinion. But in the general audience opinion, double battles are superior to single battles, and I hate that single battles are, like, even a thing. I think double battles are infinitely better, and honestly, I wish I could play every Pokemon game in the double battle format, because it's so much more fun. It's so much more fun. It's so much more interesting, exciting. I love double battles. They're so much better. Awesome. So I want to get some ROM hacks of Pokemon, like Pokemon Emerald and Black and whatever. I just need ROM hacks where it's like, here's the entire game. The only thing we've done is we made everything a double battle. Cool. Give me that. Thank you and goodbye. Yeah. But yeah. Yep. That is true, Bionicle. We did get Wario World, which is fair. I've wanted to play Wario World for a while because I actually have it, but my GameCube is locked away for eternity or whatever. But I definitely am happy Wario World's on there because I'm going to play through it when I finish Wario Land 3. But I really want Pokemon Coliseum. I was expecting to see the appeal of Pokemon. I just prefer Yu-Gi-Oh! Honestly, I would honestly say I'm probably, as weird as it is to think about, I'm probably a bigger Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan than Pokemon. Have a good night, Dan Dark. Have a good night. Drano has made ROM hacks. Yeah, I know. I'm familiar with the, like, Renegade Platinum and Blaze Black and whatever. I am familiar with a lot of those. I got to switch to Kirby Air Riders, Mario Kart World, Princess Peach Showtime, Splatoon 3, Pokemon, or Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, Super Claus the Movie, Socks and other things. That's awesome, Keaton. Actually, that reminds me. I actually did get a bunch of Switch games for off of Facebook Marketplace like a month or two ago with Taylor. We got Luigi's Mansion 2. We already own Luigi's Mansion 3. And we have Luigi's Mansion 1 on Nintendo Switch Online, so we can play all 3 Luigi's Mansions. I got Splatoon 2 in the plastic wrap for $20. That was exciting. I got Splatoon 3. What else did we get? I don't even remember. We got like 1 or 2 other Switch games. But yeah, anyway. Exodia Obliterate. Oh yeah, baby. Let's go. Sonic Heroes on GameCube NSO. Dude, I would love if they put like Sonic Adventure DX, Sonic Adventure 2, and Sonic Heroes on GameCube NSO. It'd be amazing. And they wouldn't need permission from Sega, but like we do have the Genesis. You know? So, I mean, it's possible. Although, are the Sonic games on the Nintendo Sega Genesis thing? I don't actually know. But, yeah. All right, anyway, so I wanted to talk about Sonic. I keep trying to talk about it. Yes, so, Sonic. Let's talk Sonic, which, in case you didn't know, has been the music that's been playing this entire stream. Because Sonic music is great. I'm actually going to turn this one down a little bit because it's actually kind of loud in my eardrums. So, Sonic time. Let's talk Sonic because we talked Powerpuff, we talked Nickelodeon. The next big series, because I have 3 ongoing series on my YouTube channel at this point. You know, with Jimmy Timmy, it kind of cements the Nickelodeon video series because like I have SpongeBob and then I have more SpongeBob. And it's like, okay, well, now we can get into Jimmy Timmy, and then by then and there's Sonic 2 and Sonic Spinball on Genesis NSO. Okay, well, that's better than nothing. Sonic 2 is pretty good. Sonic 3 is better, but Sonic 2 is pretty good. At least in my opinion. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, okay, so Nickelodeon video games, that's a series. Powerpuff, that's a series. And then obviously I have Sonic. And I don't want Sonic to kind of fall off and fall out of my scope. You know, because it feels like lately I've mostly just been so focused on Powerpuff and Nick. And it's like, I really do regret kind of doing Sonic Part 1 when I did. Because I wasn't able to commit and follow through. It's almost like I should have just kept going with Powerpuff and gotten Powerpuff finished first. I think I'm capable of managing 2 different series on my YouTube channel, but I think 3 it's a very difficult balancing act. I think I'm going to be able to do it. But I would be lying if I said that I wouldn't prefer to only have 2. So, that being said, I do need to focus on Sonic Part 2. So, Sonic Part 2 is going to be everything from Sonic Adventure 2 in 2001 all the way up to Shadow the Hedgehog in 2005. And then I have some honorable mentions I'm going to talk about after Shadow, just to kind of end the video off. And let me know what you guys think, if you know, the Sonic fans that are in the stream chat at the moment. If you think that I think these cutoffs actually make really good sense. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm going to do 2001 to 2005. I'm going to do 2006 to 2010. 2006, I'm going to kick off. And again, this is all chronological. So it's not like I can just be like, oh, I'm going to choose this game and then this game and then that game. All I can do is I can pick a point where to stop. And I'm trying to do it by year rather than in the middle of the year because it just makes it easier. Like, this isn't true, but let's pretend. Let's pretend Sonic Adventure 2 came out in December of 2000 or in February of 2003, and Sonic Heroes came out in July of 2003, right? I don't want to cut my video off right before Sonic Heroes. Like, I want to do the whole year. So basically, my only cutoff options are every year. You know what I mean? So, that being said, I'm doing Sonic Adventure 2 to Shadow the Hedgehog. And that's 2001 to 2005. It works out perfectly. Sonic Riders in 2006 down to Sonic Colors in 2010. These 2 videos are perfect. As far as like cutting off between games, it's perfect timing, you know? Now, I do have the option, if I actually want to cut 2010 out and put 2010 in part 3 or part 4, and I'll talk about that in a second. That would cause me to end at Sonic Bowling. No, really Mario and Sonic at the Olympics, and then I'd have just a couple small sections at the end there, which is a fine cutoff. But then it's like I pick up 2010 with more Sonic Olympics and then Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. So it's like I could cut that off. The 2010s get awkward. And here's why. So 2011, Sonic didn't really get a whole lot at the beginning of the year. We got this Sonic Cricket game in India only, and then we have the PC port of Sonic Adventure DX. Then we get, Sonic Generations, basically, after a couple intro items, which I feel like it's possible that doing the Sonic at the Olympics is just a cold open or whatever, and then just go straight into Sega All-Stars Racing. Like, I feel like that's a better starting subject, but like also ending on Sonic Colors is really nice for that video, and then we're basically starting with Sonic Generations after 3 small sections before that. That would end though, and this is where it gets really awkward, because it's like, here's the reality of Sonic, right? It's like, if I look at the 2010s as a whole, like, keep this in mind, okay? This was the 90s, including these LCD games right here. This was the 90s. So we're talking 54 games plus some honorable mentions. 2000s, and even then, this is technically Sonic Shuffle's a 2000 game. So if you want to put that over here, you can. But I did 01 to 10 instead of 1000 to 09. Anyway, we look at this. This is 2000 to 2001 to 2010 is that, which is way, as you can see, way longer than 91 to 2000. Like, we're talking this many plus all these web browser games and then some combo pack stuff. Then we also have the 2010s. And if you look at the 2010s are just about as long as the 90s, but the awkward part, and again, a lot of the stuff in here is like miscellaneous stuff. So like, I have the Sonic amiibo, okay? I have comics. I have more like multimedia stuff. I have Sonic and Lego Dimensions. Like, Sonic in the 2010s really did not get anywhere near as many games as the 2000s did. And it makes it awkward because you'll notice I'm doing 2011 to 2013. That's 3 years. 3 years is basically almost the equivalent of 2001 to 2005, because Sonic had a ton of games released right around here. And then this is the rest of the 2010s. From 2014 all the way to 2019, we're talking 7 years. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Sorry, 6 years is that versus 3 years of this. Like, it's like they're almost comparable. It's actually kind of crazy. And then obviously here we have the 2020s to 2025, which is another 6 years, and it's about the same length as this. And again, as time goes on over the next couple of years, we have more Sonic games are going to come out. Sonic Frontiers is 4 years old. Shadow Generations is over a year old at this point. Like, we are now in 2026. We've got another couple years before I get to this, because at the rate I'm going, I'm doing a Sonic part a year, which I'd like to do more than one, but at the rate I'm going, it's like I've got 4 more videos before I even get to 2020. By that point, let's say I'm doing an average of 1 video a year. So 2026 is part 2, 7 is 3, 8 is 4, 9 is 5. At that point, I've got an entire other decade, and depending on how much Sonic media was released, this could be 2 different parts. I could cut off 2024 like that and just do 2020 to 23, end on Dream Team, and then start with Sonic Prime and Sonic Generations remastered into whatever else is yet to come in the next couple of years. Hi, Engage. How are you? So that's where I'm at with Sonic. So again, that's all food for thought in the future. I'm not really concerned with that right now, because really I just need to be fixated on part 2. I don't know if this is good for part 4 and 5 though, because it's like over here again, it's like I've got some miscellaneous stuff and then Sonic Generations. I'm ending on like Sonic 1 and 2 on 3DS and Android. I've got Lost World here, but like that's it. And then Sonic 2014, it's like I've got All-Star Racing Transform, okay, cool, for Android only, because the rest of All-Star Racing's Transformed is in this part. So it's like I got that, and then I got a mobile game, and then I got Smash Brothers, and then I have Sonic Boom. So I don't know. I mean, I got to talk about it. So Sonic Boom's going to be tough. And then I'm ending on the Mario and Sonic Tokyo Olympic Games. And then obviously 2020 is going to start with, actually, I'm going to talk about the Sonic movie. Because I'm going to talk about all the Sonic movies in this media as well. Which actually, and I also have to talk about Sonic in Topgolf, which is weird. So yeah, so I got to talk about that. And yeah, Wispa, exactly. I mean, Sonic definitely had a drought. I'm pretty sure if I was reviewing this, let me see. Sonic did not have like a main series game in 2016 at all. Or 2018 for that matter. No, we got Mania Plus if you want to count that. And then like, yeah, like honestly, the 2010s were rough for Sonic. I shouldn't say main series, but like, you know, a major title. But like then again, I mean, 2023, oh, we got Superstars. Colors Ultimate in 21. COVID, obviously, that year shouldn't really count. Yeah, 2020 is awkward. No, we've got a main series Sonic game every year, not counting. Because what? It was, and I'll count the racing games, maybe not as main series, but as like a big title. Because it's like what? We had Colors Ultimate, which, you know, mixed reception, sure, but it was released. Colors Ultimate, Frontiers, Superstars, Sonic X Shadow Generations, Crossworlds. You know, 2019 was Team Sonic Racing. 2018, it was just Mania Plus. So it's like not that exciting of a title, right? It's just Mania again with some added content. 17, obviously, Mania and Forces. And then 2016 had nothing. Right? We had Sonic and Lego Dimensions. Well, we had Sonic Boom, Fire, and Ice. I'm not going to count that. I don't count that. That's Sonic Boom. And then obviously it's like Sonic Boom was also a thing in 2014, 15, and 16. It's like we didn't get any main series stuff. Hardly. Except mobile games and spin-offs. So like, you know. The Symphony was amazing. You're not wrong, Goku. Yeah. Yeah, and I know. I agree, Bionicle, but like I really don't want to end videos in the middle of years. I want to be able to do it in chunks of years. So this is basically what I'm looking at. See, you think that, Engage. You would think that, but it's like, let's look at everything I actually get to talk about. I get to talk about the PC port of Sonic Adventure DX, which gets me to talk about mods and fan projects and stuff. Because that's my plan, is I want to, when it comes time for me to talk about games that are on PC, I intend to talk about fan projects and mods like Project 06 I'll just talk about during 06. But like, when I get to Sonic Generations, I'm going to talk about mods for Sonic Generations, like the Unleashed project, for example. You know, Forces, I want to talk about that Forces game. I forget what it's called. There's a Sonic Forces mod or whatever that someone made earlier last year, like 2024, I mean, that I want to talk about. I can't remember what it's called. You know, it's like when I get to Secret Rings, I want to talk about that one. That's currently being worked on. When we get to Free Riders, I'm going to talk about that project. You know, I'm really excited to talk about all like the fan stuff, mods and enhancements and improvements. Overclocked, that's what it is. Thank you, Goku and Quaggle. That's exactly what it was. So I'm really excited to talk about that, and I'm excited to talk about all the other enhancement stuff that people have made, because I think that's pretty hype, honestly. But yeah, that's pretty exciting stuff. But yeah, let's look at 2011 and 13. So I got Sonic Generations, Adventure DX, Sonic Generations, both console and 3DS, Mario and Sonic at the 2012 Olympic Games, Sonic CD Classic, which again I'm excited to talk about, Sonic 4 Episode 2, Sonic 4 Episode 3 is an honorable mention, of course, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed, Sonic Adventure 2 on PC, Sonic the Fighters re-release as well, and then Sonic Jump, mobile game, whatever. Sonic Dash is a mobile game. The Archie comics, like everything from the modern era to the end, Sonic Universe and everything like that. Sonic 1 Android port, which later got a PC port. Sonic Lost World. Mario and Sonic Sochi. Like, there's a good chunk of games in this video that I think it is actually a perfectly acceptable length. Because it's like, honestly, when it comes down to it, I mean, compare it to this. It's like, a lot of what's filling this is just, like, minor spoilers, I guess. I'm going to be talking about the Motorola games in a section, and then I'm going to be talking about the McDonald's Happy Meal toys, both releases, because there's an emulator out there that fans made that let you emulate all of the McDonald's Happy Meal toys, which is just amazing. A Pac-Man retrospective? Oh, that's a good idea, Grant. I don't even know if I have a Pac-Man tab down here. I might. I do. You know what? Let's throw Pac-Man over here. You know, oh, I still got to make my Kingdom Hearts list. Let's throw Pac-Man into the mix as something that I could do at some point. I agree. I don't like the microtransaction stuff, but yeah. It'd be funny as you hype up this amazing Sonic game. This is the Sonic game, like, you know, Colors really set the stage. Like, Colors really got a lot of people thrilled again. It was a very safe title, but people were interested. And then Sega absolutely capitalized on Sonic by making the greatest Sonic game of all time. And it's Sonic Cricket. Yeah, that's great. That'd be awesome. How do you emulate a fast food toy game? Sounds interesting. Yeah, I think all you have to do is just search like Sonic McDonald's LCD toys emulator or whatever, and you'll find it. Does it mean you'll get Apple Arcade for Dream Team? Kind of. I'm going to borrow, and I've talked with her about this already. I am going to borrow her iPad. That is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to screen record her iPad, basically. And I'll figure out how to do that when the time comes. But yes, that's my plan. Because I don't have any Apple products, and I'm never going to buy any. You know, but she's got an iPad and an Apple Watch. Her stuff's all Apple. So it's like, great. All right, I need you. Well, I also need it not just for that, but also there's also an Apple Arcade for Team Sonic Racing, I believe, called Sonic Racing. Yeah, right here. I highlighted it red. And I think I highlighted the red items as things that I can't record, but like I can because she has an iPad. She did not have an iPad when I first highlighted these, but now that she does, I'm able to do it. So yeah, so that's cool. So yeah, that's basically the plan for Sonic. So part 2 is going to be this chunk. So just to run down it really quick, and I'll zoom in a little bit for you guys. So we have Sonic Adventure 2 and the Chow Garden, which I put in there to talk about because it's pretty beefy enough to be its own game. The Motorola games released for Motorola phones, Sonic Advance 1 and the Tiny Chow Garden that goes with it, Sonic N for the N-Gage. I'm going to give this an honorable mention because it's basically Sonic Advance on the N-Gage and it's just not as good. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, which is just a re-release of Sonic Adventure 2, but on the GameCube. I'll just talk about the version differences. The Sega Smash Pack, which contains Spinball on Game Boy Advance. So I get to talk about the port of Sonic Spinball. Sonic Mega Collection, which I'm excited to talk about that. Sonic Advance 2, Pinball Party, Adventure DX, and then the PC port. And then there was another PC port, which I have a release in 2010, but then over here I have it in 2011. So I'm actually going to have to confirm when that was released. So I'm going to have to do some more research on that. Let's see. McDonald's Happy Meal toys, CR Sonic, Sonic Extreme, Sonic the Hedgehog Extreme, which is not Sonic Extreme from the 90s. It's an Xbox hoverboard skateboard game that later basically led to what is Sonic Riders, which is really interesting to talk about. Sonic Battle and Sonic Heroes, Sonic X, which is just, you know, the Game Boy Advance video episodes of those, just compressed onto a cartridge, and then I get to talk about the honorable mention of that as well. Sonic Advance 3, Sega Superstars for the PS2, which is the game with the iToy. I don't even know how I'm going to record that unless I can get an emulator to use an actual webcam or something. I don't even know what I'm going to do for that. Honestly, I have no idea. Sonic Mega Collection Plus, more Happy Meal toys, Sonic DS, which is an E3 demo. I can't record it. I can only talk about it because there's footage of it. Same with the CR Sonic thing. Sonic Gems Collection, where I get to play Sonic R again. I'm really excited about that. I love Sonic R. Sonic Rush and Shadow the Hedgehog. Super exciting stuff. Then we get to talk about some exciting honorable mention stuff. So yeah. Let's see. The pack is back. That's whack, Jack. Man, that's crazy. Does time mean how long you talk about it or how long it takes to play? Oh, how long I estimate it for me to play and write. I am not talking about Adventure 2 for 10 hours. No. These time estimates are how long I expect me to put into recording and writing it. You know I could probably beat Adventure 2 in like 6 hours. And then I'd probably need to invest about 4 hours into writing that script. Because I'm going to have a lot to say about Adventure 2. More so than pretty much any other game. But you'll notice, again, I have higher estimates for like Battle and Heroes. But like the thing is it's not that I have more to say about Battle and Heroes. It's just that I expect them to take me longer to record. You know, like I expect Sonic Heroes to take longer. Because it's like, here's how my estimate works. It's like, I would say it probably takes me 2 to 2.5 hours per team to record their playthrough from start to finish. So it's like, let's just say in a perfect world, all 4 teams take 2.5 hours. That's 10 hours. And then I have to account for the final story, which is like, I don't know, 30 minutes or so. That leaves me an hour and a half to write that script. And Sonic Heroes is not going to be as complicated to write or as in-depth as to write as Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic Adventure 2, I have so much to say about. And then again, it's like same thing up here. I could probably lower this estimate to like 8 hours because it's like I'm not going to have as much to write, but I still need to record the game. So, yeah. And then like months is like reading all the Archie comics. So I basically, I'm actually excited to talk about this too a little bit. Sorry, I did not mean to bump that. I'm excited to talk about the Archie comics thing because with the Archie comics, I'm basically splitting it. Where it's like I'm talking about the classic and adventure era plus Knuckles spin-off and the super specials. Basically everything through Ken Penders. When Ken Penders was done, that's a good stopping point. I made a note to myself. Everything prior to the Genesis Wave reboot. Because for those who don't know, the Archie comics basically had a weird reboot in the middle of them. So it's like talking about everything before the reboot for that half and then talking about the rest of them in the second half. So, yeah. You didn't even know Sonic N was a thing? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've done a lot of research into, like, every possible Sonic project. And honestly, I'm probably going to do a stream or two. Maybe this month, but most likely in February. Whenever I get to actually doing Sonic Part 2. After Season 3 is written for Powerpuff, I'm going to do a research stream or two to just kind of go through this era from 2001 to 2005 and confirm I'm not missing anything. The other thing I want to acknowledge is the Sonic Cafe. So I'm going to talk about the Sonic Cafe in 2006 to 2010 because I'm going off of when the last Cafe game was released. There were Cafe games released in 2001, but it's awkward to dedicate multiple sections to these games because it's like there's not a whole lot to say about them. But like I say, I'm talking about every single thing, every single game for Sonic, and I'm not missing any. I will not miss any. And so I basically need to, it makes sense for me to just combine them all into one section. So that's just going to go in part 3. Even though there are games released in 01 through 05, and I will acknowledge that in part 2. Like, hey, just want to let you all know, these games did come out during these years. I'm talking about them at the end of 2007, because that is when the last one came out. In August of 2007. So that's when I'm doing it. But yeah. Yes, it does, Alexis. The Sonic Advance version on N-Gage does, indeed. He teams up with the Angry Birds in crossovers. Yeah, so mobile app crossover stuff, I kind of talk about it at the beginning of part 1 of my video, which if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's 7.5 hours of pure Sonic goodness. I'm really proud of that video. I still think that's probably my best video I've ever made. I'm really proud of it. I'm not interested in talking about mobile app crossover stuff. Basically my guidelines were like, it has to be Sonic has to be the focus of the game, or at least like in the relevant to it. Like if it's Cookie Run Kingdom or Angry Birds, like those are not Sonic games. Those are this game featuring Sonic. My stipulation was basically Sonic a Sonic character or Sega need to be in the title of the game for me to even consider it. And then even at that point, it's like a lot of these will become honorable mentions. So like, for example, you know, and ports and stuff I consider honorable mentions. So like the port of Sonic Spinball on GBA, like that's an honorable mention. You know, I don't think that's worth being like, oh, this is like, you know, a numerical entry. And again, this is my criteria. Other people could do it differently, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know. But it's like this Game Boy Advance video, like that's not really a game. That's just Sonic X episodes on GBA. So it's like, I'm not going to count that, you know, but like Sonic is a prominent character in Super Smash Brothers, starting with Brawl and into 4 and Ultimate. So it's like, I think that's a noteworthy appearance because it's Super Smash Brothers. Like that's a video game series where it's kind of like an honor to be a featured character in, so to speak, you know. And then it's like Sega Superstars Tennis. Like, okay, yeah, it's not Sonic, but it's Sega, and Sonic is Sega's main mascot, so like I can allow that to be counted, you know. Even if you don't want, like I spend 10 minutes and I even have the rules actually, which I wasn't even paying attention to. The rules are literally sitting up right here. So it's like my rules are basically title must include Sonic or name one of his friends like Tails or Knuckles. So Tails Sky Patrol, Shadow the Hedgehog, you know, those are games featuring a Sonic character. It's a Sonic game. You know, I said if Sonic or his friends are playable but not in the title like Smash Brothers or Monkey Ball, it doesn't count as a Sonic game, but I will talk about honorable mentions that I think are worth mentioning. I will be leaving out all non-Sonic mobile games where Sonic is playable. Also, no games where Sonic is a skin. It needs to be Sonic himself. So that sort of stuff. You know, Fall Guys is an example, right? I'm not going to count those. So I put like Cookie Run Kingdom, Kart Rider Rush, Angry Birds. I don't really count them. Sega Superstars games don't count as Sonic games, but I will acknowledge all 2 of them as honorable mentions because the only Sega Superstars games there are is Sega Superstars and Sega Superstars Tennis. There's 2 games. The rest, it's Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. You know, so it's like, oh, Sonic's in the title, it's a Sonic game. That makes it easy. So, you know, when it comes to Sega Superstars Tennis and Sega Superstars, I should really name these honorable mentions, and I probably will change that rather than numerical entries, but Sonic is basically the main character. So, like, you know. And then also re-releases, I won't really be mentioning too much unless they're in a compilation. And then arcade games get awkward. But that's basically the idea. So, yeah. I'm also surprised Dream Team hasn't come to anything, and you'd think it would have gotten ported, and it's really frustrating that it's sitting on Apple Arcade forever. I agree. I have no idea what I'm going to do, Alexis. I'm probably not going to reveal it. I just don't know how to. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll get one of those Powerpuff masks from Powerpuff Bluff and wear that. I don't know. Yeah. Hot Pursuit 2, Most Wanted, and Underground 2. Underground 2's classic. You gonna talk about the Sonic Mega Man crossover comics? Yes. So, as I said, the Archie comics are in part 2 for everything prior to the Genesis wave. The thing is, though, is that the Mega Man comics take place after the Genesis wave, so I think that's actually going to be in this part here. So I have Archie comics. So this is Modern Era Mega Man Sonic Universe. All of those series, basically. There you go. So, yeah. Sonic Heroes. Oh, baby. Kenny Penders is very interesting. Yeah, I'm excited to talk about Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood. Especially because we have more information about part 2 now than we ever did before, because it leaked, or it didn't leak, it was dropped online a couple years ago. I'd say 3/4. The reboot was issued 252 and the book was canceled at 290-ish. Yeah, that's true. Maybe it's not the Genesis wave that I cut off at then. 159. Oh, okay. Well, I forget where I cut it off then. Maybe there is stuff prior to the Genesis wave. I don't remember. I'll figure it out. Sonic Unleashed was my first Sonic game when I was 10. Any chance of you... That's awesome, Mr. Dice Guy. Sonic Unleashed is a great game. And if you haven't checked out the PC port released earlier this year, or, well, last year now, you should definitely do that. Any chance of you covering Sonic the Comic? When was the last issue of Sonic the Comic released? because I feel like I looked at it, and I'm surprised I don't have it on here. When was Sonic the Comic finished? I did see that, Alexis, that collab, yeah. And yep, Mario and Sonic is on here. Yep, for sure, Mr. Dice Guy. I'm ending part 2 with Shadow the Hedgehog, although I do have a couple honorable mentions I'm going to talk about after it. I'm actually technically ending it with the Archie comics. Technically. But I've got a canceled PSP game and a canceled GBA video game that I'm also going to talk about after Shadow. Yeah, exactly, Engage. So it's like, I think that was actually my logic, and I just haven't updated my rules. But Sega Superstars and Sega Superstars Tennis are part of the Sega All-Stars series, which all have Sonic in the title after those 2 games. And also, Sonic's the main character on the cover of Superstars Tennis anyways. Like, he's right there in the center, so it's like, I'm counting it. While Mobile Sonic Runners actually is really awesome fan revival. Okay. Well, I could check that out, Sonic Runners Revival. Yeah, that's right, because then they made Sonic Runners, what? Is it Sonic Runners Adventure? Or right? Is it Sonic Runners? Hang on. Yeah, Sonic Runners Adventure. And then also there's Sonic Forces Speed Battle and Sonic Dash and Sonic Jump and all this other Sonic mobile stuff. Sonic is like the one exception, because I said I'm covering everything. Sonic is like the one time I'm covering mobile games, so don't get used to it. Although I might consider it for Pokemon, maybe. But yeah. Which I actually want to talk about Pokemon too before we end the stream, which we're still going for a little bit yet. Hopefully they make more crossover. Yeah, and I'm also going to talk about the IDW comics as well. Let's see. IDW comics. I think I have them. I thought I had them written down. Maybe I don't. Okay, I don't have them written down because I think they're still ongoing. But at some point, I'm going to talk about the IDW comics in this era. So, yeah. I agree. I wish Dream Team would come to other platforms. Technically, February 2002. Well, then I need to put Sonic the Comic in, like, here. After Mega Collection. Yeah. So honestly, I do need to do that. So when we do when I do my Sonic stream in like a couple weeks to a month or whatever, if I don't have this updated by then, please remind me that I need to do that. Werehog stages and Unleashed are overhated. I don't really mind them either, to be honest. Sonic Robo Blast. What is Sonic Robo Blast? Is that an arcade game? No, that's the fan game. Why'd you mention Sonic Robo Blast? Sonic the Comic ended after issue 223 in January 2002. Or Spark the Electric Jester. Wait, why? Gax Center the Gecko. Wait, what? Wait, Quaggle, what are you referencing? Did I ask a question? Or are you just naming mascots? Which I actually own Spark 1, 2, and 3 on Steam. I really want to play them. And the Gex Trilogy I'm going to buy when it goes on sale for a steeper discount. MLP fan games. I don't know that I'd ever do a video about that, but it could be interesting. Glover 2, Back to the... Oh my god. Oh my god. Quaggle, no, don't do this. Oh boy. But yeah, I'm also excited, again, to talk about Sonic fan games. I'm probably not going to talk about, like, standalone Sonic titles that are fan games, mostly just, like, enhancement stuff. So it's, like, Sonic before the sequel and after the sequel, for example. Like, those aren't really, like, it wasn't, like, Triple Treble 16-bit. Like, I talked about... Quaggle, please don't do this to me. Please don't do this to me. I talked about Sonic Triple Trouble 16-bit during Triple Trouble in my video because it's like it's an enhancement of that game. You know, it's like a reimagining or a remake or whatever. Before the sequel and after the sequel, those are just like in between fan filler games. They aren't real, like they aren't enhancing an original Sonic game. They're filling in gaps, you know, or you know, any handful of Sonic hack or fan game, you know, really. I mean, there's all sorts of different ones. And it's like I'm not really going to talk about. I don't even remember. Like I have a folder of them actually saved on my PC. Let's see, what other Sonic fan games do I have here? I go to Sonic fan games. So I have Sonic Battle R, I have Sonic World DX, I have Sonic and the Fallen Star, Sonic GT, Sonic Omens, a handful of other ones. There was another one I really wanted to download, but like I could never download it or whatever. Anyway. Kid Icarus Complete Series, be pretty short. Yeah, Bionicle, it's like 3 games. And Smash Brothers. I don't know how much there is to do with that. Although Kid Icarus Uprising is an amazing game, and I'm still salty that Nintendo, 13 going on 14 years later, has yet to remaster and re-release it. You're bored now? I'm sorry, Quaggle. I didn't mean to bore you. It's going to be okay. But no, seriously. I'm actually upset that Kid Icarus Uprising has yet to be remastered and re-released. It's frustrating. It's some of Nintendo's best work on the 3DS, and it just gets no recognition. Kid Icarus Uprising Switch 2 for 40th anniversary. I'm coping. Yeah, I mean that'd be epic. It'd be quite amazing. Kid Icarus Uprising is quite an amazing video game. Really wish that they'd do it. But yeah, okay. So that's Sonic. So that's where we're at with Sonic. So Sonic the Comic, I'll make a note of that, and then we'll do, again, like a research recap stream or two in a couple weeks. Sometime, most likely in February, maybe towards the end of January. We'll see where I'm at with Powerpuff, because I can't be writing multiple video scripts at the same time. I need to be able to just focus on one thing. So right now I'm focused on Powerpuff and like 2 Jimmy Timmy video games, but pretty much Powerpuff. I'm not going to write Sonic until Powerpuff is done. Season 3, anyway. All right, let's talk Pokemon. Because I really want to do this. I just feel like nobody cares. Or, like, maybe not that nobody cares, but that it's like, I need to find if there's any other, like, spin or differentiation I can implement into the Pokemon videos to where it's unique, more unique, because it's like there are already video essays out there on YouTube of like I reviewed Generation 1 and like Pokemon Generation 1 reviewed, Pokemon Generation 2 reviewed, or whatever, and it's like I don't just want to do like the core games. I want to do everything. And oh no, I absolutely agree, Quaggle. I think it's actually insane that they're not doing nothing with Kid Icarus, because it's like Uprising was an amazing game. Any chance of a Need for Speed series retrospective? Almost certainly no, because I don't know how that would be super. I don't know that would be the most exciting video ever made, but yeah. Do I have any interest in the anime or movies? I do. And I mean, I could consider reviewing the anime alongside it, but I don't know if that would flow well in a video, you know? Like, for example, like with Jimmy Timmy, like I posted on my YouTube channel like a month or two ago, the community post. I was like, would you guys think it would be better if I did, you know, the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour trilogy and the video games all in one? And everyone was basically like, it makes more sense to separate it. And as I thought about it more, I was like, yeah, it does make more sense to separate it. So I feel like talking about the anime in the same video as the video games probably won't mesh well. I'll probably run into the same, like, just feeling, you know, about it. So I don't know. I mean, I could do that. Like, it's an interesting idea, but I don't know. Plus, that's a lot of time to invest into watching every episode of Pokemon. Or, you know, I can at least skip all the filler and just watch the episodes that matter or something. But Pokemon's a big time investment. Yep, I agree, Bionicle, wholeheartedly. I wish Uprising would get something. I'm not even asking for a new game. Like, that's the funny part. I'm not asking for a new game. Just take what already exists, just upres it, upscale it, enhance the controls, modernize it a little bit to be on Switch 2, and boom, you got a magnificent game. Why you not to make it? A Nintendo, why you not release a Kid Icarus? Wahoo! Anyway, only thing with Pokemon is the last 3 or so generations haven't been so hot. True, but if people want to hear me go off and rant about how bad they are, then they'll be pretty excited for those videos, right? Because, yeah. I mean, I basically broke down Pokemon by generation here. So, like, you know, like here's Generation 8, which is probably the most disliked game. And it's like we got Pokemon Sword and Shield. Then we got some Facebook games. We got Pokemon Home, Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX, Pokemon Smile, Sword and Shield DLC, Cafe Mix and Remix, Mezzastar, which is arcade only, you know, more Sword and Shield DLC, new Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Unite, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, Pokemon Legends Arceus. Like, there's some games in here that would be fun to talk about and games that I get to dunk on. Like, I think that would actually be a pretty, like, up and down video of, like, here's a bunch of cool things, here's some cool things, here's some bad things. You know, it'd be a mix. It'd be a healthy mix. It wouldn't just be all negative or all positive. You know what I mean? But yeah. Tried watching the anime but gave up. Yeah, I don't blame you, Bionicle. I don't blame you. Thank you, Keaton. Cozy Battle was supposed to be a longer episode. Was it just a position? Hey, Sarah, that's a good question. I actually would need to talk with RJ about that to see if RJ knows anything. I haven't heard of that before. But I could talk to RJ about it and see if RJ would know. So I could ask him. Port another Zelda or Mario game for $80 probably. What they should do, Bionicle, is they should be like, hey, we did this for Mario Galaxy and Mario Galaxy 2. We're going to port the 3DS versions of Ocarina and Majora as a dual pack to Switch 2. I'd buy it. I'd buy that. It's like, let's port the 3DS remakes and just upres them. Just like Kid Icarus Uprising. What are they doing? Just do it, Nintendo. It prints money. What are you doing? Anyway. Facebook is for old people. Yeah, I don't use Facebook. Pokemon Home even a game? It's more of a storage unit. Yeah, but it's still Pokemon software released officially, so I want to talk about it. When will I review the drive-thru at Sonic? You know, honestly, I don't know if I have any Sonics near me, is the thing. I don't know if there's like a Sonic near me at all. Let me see. There's not a lot of Sonics around me. There's like 4, and they're all, the closest one is about 40 minutes away. The rest are all an hour away. So I don't know that I would, but I mean, I could. I could review Sonic if I really wanted to. There are no Sonics where my parents live. Yeah, there's no Sonic. What about where my grandparents live? Or my grandmother, I should say. Nope. Wow. There are no Sonics where my family lives, so I can't even justify doing it when I go to see them a couple times a year. Gosh. Okay, I mean, I guess I could just drive 40 minutes to go to a Sonic or something then. Oh, what are you guys saying? Oh, I missed a bunch of stuff. Okay. Happy New Year's, Freddie Scott. Thank you. Feel like the later half the comments might get toxic. Pokemon fandom is sometimes crazy with vengeance. Yeah, that's true. Care about EVs and evolutions. Well, Umbreon's my favorite Pokemon, so. Do you have any plans for spreadsheeting this stream? Like working on spreadsheets? Probably not. I just kind of wanted to go over, like, this is my plan for the year. This is kind of where we're at, what I'm working on. Get some input, which you guys have given me. I really appreciate it. What do I think of the wonderfully weird world of Gumball? I actually haven't watched it yet, Cuddles, to be honest. I haven't watched it, so I couldn't tell you. They did it randomly for Luigi's Mansion 2, but nothing else. Yeah, they did. I wish they'd do it for Kid Icarus Uprising. Anyone know why I'm purple? I've been purple for 5 years. I've been purple since 2021. Sarah, so it's been a while. I changed my color to distance myself from the reboot era because I wanted, you know, the original to have a separate identity from my reboot stuff. So, yeah, that's why. 3DS ports are needed. Absolutely, I completely agree. A Sonic promotion at Sonic is still the most obvious thing to do. I know, right? And instead they did it at McDonald's for the Sonic movie 2. Yeah, that's a great question, Quaggle. I don't know. It'd be really nice if they'd port, you know, some more 3DS games over. But Pokemon Sword and Shield isn't bad graphically, except for Scarlet and Violet, which is ironically bad graphically, despite Sword and Shield getting complaints for how bad the graphics are. I think they're both bad graphically, because they're pretty bad. they're pretty bad. I was talking about the restaurant, Alexis, like the restaurant Sonic. There are none where any of my family lives. Which, outside of traveling there, I mean, the only other time I could ever possibly hit a Sonic is if I have to travel for work and I just so happen to be going somewhere that has a Sonic nearby. They're just not really that abundant. Bowser's Inside Story, Nintendo, and I can't find... Well, Reggie's busy playing Animal Crossing New Leaf on his Nintendo 3DS, so you'd think if Reggie could do it. I drove an hour for this. Yeah, right? Game Freak would do something more with Unknown. That's fair. Before 2021, I was red. True. We paid $9 for this? Yeah. All the rumors of Planet Robobot getting a remake, and then it just didn't. I feel like Robobot was... Well, I mean, now we're 10 years away from it. But, like, a couple years ago, I was like, I feel like that's still too new. And also, I mean, I feel like Triple Deluxe should get the remake before Robobot. What's going to be the scope of the Jimmy Timmy games? Are we getting just console games or PC and handhelds too? That's a good question, Jenny's Espresso. Or Jenny Espresso. That's a good question. So basically, what we're getting is yes, GBA, PC, and console. So the way I'm doing it, and I guess I didn't talk about this actually, so good question. On the stream yet, I should say. I'm going to be going back and forth between Jimmy Neutron, Fairly Odd Parents. Jimmy Neutron, Fairly Odd Parents, talking about one title at a time. It's convenient because both series only ever got 4 game titles each. So I'm talking about Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius for GBA and PC. Then I'm talking about Enter the Cleft for GBA. Then I'm talking about Jimmy Negatron for PC and GBA. Then I'm talking about Break Into Rules for GameCube, GBA, and PC. Boy Genius again. Yeah, Boy Genius's schedule is weird. And then Jet Fusion, and then Shadow Showdown, then Attack of the Twonkies, and then Clash with the Anti-World. So that was a good question. Yeah, I'm talking about all 3 release types. Have you enjoyed your time with the Jimmy Timmy games? It's been a mixed bag. There's some good games in here and some not so good games in here. I don't want to say too much because I want the video to speak for itself, but it's a mix. It's a mix. Sonic was cool when I was a kid. Yeah, there was a Sonic when I was a kid too, but it went out of business. Or closed or something, I don't know. I feel like chibi art style from the DS GBA games and even X and Y Oris is better than modern. I agree with that, Bionicle. I completely agree with that. PC titles are so niche and weird, but hit a really special spot for me. Cannot wait. Yeah. I will say, I was exceptionally excited about the Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius PC title in particular. So yeah, it was definitely nice to go to that PC game despite the 10 controls. Yeah, and well, that is actually using the same engine and controls that Boy Genius had. So I'm definitely excited to talk about that for sure. But yeah, character designs in ZA personally. Well, okay, so I have not touched ZA yet, so I can't speak for that one, but I really don't think that Sword and Shield is graphically impressive at all in the slightest, because you can literally put Sword and Shield next to Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, which were games released 2 years prior, and it's like the difference is night and day. You know, I'm sorry. I just don't think that Sword and Shield is a graphically impressive game in the slightest. It's really not. Scarlet and Violet isn't either. I think they're both graphically insulting compared to other games. I mean, honestly, Let's Go. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee looks better than Gen 8 and 9. It just does. Yeah. That's all I have to say on that. So yeah. If you play Clash with the Anti-World, I'm so sorry for your soul. Well, I did play it. The only games I have left to record are, I've recorded Shadow Showdown for GBA and PC and written those ones. I just need to finish recording the GameCube and writing that one, and then I need to record and write both Attack of the Twonkies games. So, yeah. That's where I'm at with those. So yeah, that was a great question, Jenny Espresso, for sure. Yeah. But I think I'm going to probably call the stream here because we've talked about everything I really wanted to talk about, barring maybe some more Pokemon stuff, but we can save that for a future stream. So yeah, I'd like to talk about Pokemon and make a series of Pokemon videos at some point. This is a work in progress, and honestly, it won't come out for a couple years because I really need to finish either Powerpuff Sonic or Nickelodeon games first before I introduce a whole new series of videos. So that's not going to be happening anytime soon. Plans for the next live stream. Hopefully I'll be able to stream next weekend. If not next weekend, I'm going to do at least, if not every weekend, every other weekend, because as I said in my community post, live streams are really the only way I can kind of fill in the gaps between videos. And I know it's like there's not a ton of people that show up to these, but there are some of you here that, you know, clearly enjoy, you know, tuning in. And I love having these streams with you guys, where whether I'm playing a game or we're talking about YouTube like we did this stream, or we're working on stuff. I definitely enjoy doing that. So, yeah. Next stream, I'll probably play more Titans of the Tide. I do want to finish that game on stream with you guys. I'm probably not going to 100% the game on stream, but I'm at least going to finish the game on stream with you guys. And then just to kind of give you guys some more insight on other games I'm planning on playing on stream with you. I want to do Cosmic Shake because I've done Rehydrated. I'm doing Titans. I want to do Cosmic Shake. That way I've done all three. And then after I do Cosmic Shake, I'll probably do Pac-Man World Repack. And then maybe by that point I can get Pac-Man World Repack 2 or Pac-Man World 2 Repack, and I can play that one as well. Really, 3D platformers are kind of my thing. I really enjoy streaming those. Maybe I could consider live streaming a Pokemon fan game or ROM hack too. You know, I could definitely consider streaming those as well. You know, there's a variety of games that I could stream. So I'm not opposed to that stuff at all. It'd be cool to stream a ROM hack, maybe. I'd be willing to consider that, Sarah. So maybe not a video on ROM hacks, but I could stream one or two. That'd be fun. So yeah, I'd say that's what we're doing. Next stream, we'll probably do SpongeBob Titans of the Tide. Hopefully I'll finish and beat the story mode at least. And then Cosmic Shake would be next, and then Pac-Man World Repack 1 and 2. After that, I don't know. And even then, those plans might change. I could stream Sonic for all I know, considering I'll be working on Sonic. So we'll see. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys tuning in for this stream. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your weekend. I hope you all have a great week. Hopefully I'll stream next weekend, either Saturday or Sunday. We'll wait and see what happens with that. And yeah, I hope you all have a great 2026. I hope this year's better for all of us. I can't speak for everyone whether 2025 was a good year for you or not. 2025, nowhere near as bad as 2024 for me, but still not a great year. I'm really working to make 2026 a better year for me, for YouTube, you know, you guys, and have more videos from me and all sorts of stuff. So I really want to make 2026 a good year because it's been a couple since I've had a good one. So Yeah. That being said, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week. And until next time, Shadow Streak, signing off.